just my personal opinion and from my observation as a fan over the years, certain guys are cut out to play in Boston and certain guys are not. Whether it's the Celtics, the Red Sox, whether it's the Celtics, the Red Sox, the Patriots, there's certain guys that thrive in some of the smaller markets. Now, granted, Dallas did win a championship. They were somewhat of a major market, but they're very far from a Boston, a New York, or an L.A., where the media is absolutely up your butt. The fans have you under a microscope, and there's a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. I'm not giving up on Terry yet, but at this point, I am questioning somewhat, is he really cut out for the bright lights and big city that is playing for the Boston Celtics?
One person actually tweeted that just in a funk right now. Has he ever not been? Like, I'm trying to jog my memory and just remember, if the Jet ever had, he's never really not been in a funk this year, at least to my memory. I mean, he hasn't had any really good games that really stick out in my mind, at least.
He's had a couple. He's had a couple 20-point games.
I was actually gonna bring that up earlier. I can't remember it. Like, he's in a season-long funk right now. I don't know if you can call it a slump because, like McCarthy said, I can't think of a game this year where we came out of that game saying Jason Terry was a major factor in the game. I don't think we have.
Exactly.
Yeah, like that's the Jason Terry we thought we'd get. Like, I haven't seen that once. I haven't even seen a flash, maybe a couple flashes of it, but
right.
And the defense is not that great as well on his end.
Yeah, and to get to the point about Jason Terry, this guy's a veteran player. He's won an NBA championship. I think everybody's kind of panicking. He's going to be there down the stretch.
I agree.
He's going to hit some big shots. I think, just like everybody was panicking without Bradley there, he's the last person to panic. And, he's a great guy to have in the locker room and provide that leadership for some of the young guys and maybe Sully. So I think we just got to just give his chance to him,
I couldn't agree more, Coach. I just think he's going to be so important down the stretch. Come playoff time, we need that third guy that can hit the big shots. How many years, every season we ran into this with Ray Allen? 2-3 month drought where he couldn't throw it in the ocean.
I wouldn't say Ray Allen ever had a streak this bad.
Oh, Brandon, in the playoffs in 2008. He didn't hit the shot till the finals.
Yeah, he really did struggle.
Yeah,
he did, but I still feel he did more than what Jet's doing right now. Struggling for Ray Allen, I think a struggling Ray Allen was more efficient and didn't hurt the team as much as a struggling Jet does right now.
Oh, I can remember. How many post-game shows?
I don't remember 37.
37 games? I mean, if you add up Ray Allen's struggles throughout the course of a season, I bet you it was 30 games.
Oh, maybe throughout the whole season.
Yeah, throughout 82 games.
Yeah, but you guys are forgetting. Jason Terry had a couple 20-point games there. He was averaging 12 points a game until probably the last 3 weeks. He was averaging 12 points a game. You don't come out and go over and average 12 points a game.
May have to have a stat checker on that one, Gelso.
Yeah, I'm pulling up his stats right now. Not to prove you wrong, Gelso. Just to see. Maybe I'm misjudging.
I guarantee you he has at least one 20-point game. I think he has about 3.
I think he has one.
Well, I don't care if he has 20 points or 0 points. He needs to do it efficiently, and that's what he's not doing right now. Even nights when he's scoring 14 or 15 points, he's taking a lot of shots to have to do that. And you can't have that. I mean, I'm looking through right now. 2 20-point games. One against Toronto, November 17th, and 1 20-point game at Sacramento in a loss. But I'm looking down throughout the stat line. 6 of 19, 6 of 13, 5 of 17. That's not efficient. That's not helping the Celtics win basketball games.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. Listen, I was the biggest Ray Allen fan going. I still wish he was on this team. So I'm not comparing Jet to Ray Allen. I'm just saying Jason Terry is going to be needed come playoff time.
He could be needed, but
he's going to be. Whether he comes through or not, Brandon, is up to him. But he's going to be needed.
Now Gelso's speechless.
I'm not speechless. I just don't understand why we're still pulling out Leandro Barbosa's great third quarter against Miami 3 months ago.
No, but when he came back, that first game also, Gelso, when he did come back, if you don't remember, the first game that he was in after his cold, I guess.
You sound like a Trekkie right now. Do you remember the game in 1992 where
No. This isn't even that long ago. The game that he came in, the first game he came back from that. Did you say I sound like a Trekkie?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, okay, beam him up, Scotty. But the first game he came back after his cold or flu or whatever he had, he came in and he played about 8 minutes and he scored literally about 10 points in the 8 minutes. He was aggressive. He was all over the place. He was taking it to the hole strong.
Back on November 3rd.
He went to the line.
On November 3rd, Leandro Barbosa came in, and Jason Terry did. Oh, come on. Come on!
Hey, I mean, if he Leandro Barbosa, I don't know why he doesn't play more. I have to agree with the fact that every time he plays...
Maybe it was the 3 weeks he took off for the flu. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
all right, guys.
The guy was so sick.
As for Terry... I'm looking at his percentages. He shot .430 from the field last year. He's shooting .427 now. The first month of the season, he shot 52%.
Very well.
The first whole month of November, he shot 52%. And since then, he's slumped in both December and January. So I think he's just kind of going through a prolonged slump. I'm not really expecting a whole lot from him other than being that about 43% shooter. I mean, which is what he's been the last year, basically. But his shots are obviously way down, and he's definitely in a slump right now. And he's playing a lot like Green does, where he'll have a game where he'll score 15, but then, he puts up 2 or 3 points, which is really frustrating for a guy that we know is very consistent with Dallas. I agree with everybody who says on this show that he's not being used correctly, in the sense that I think he has to have the ball in his hands and create his own shots. I don't know why we do the curl shots for anybody on the team, because I don't think we really have anybody on the team that can shoot that well. So I think we have to give him the ball when Rondo's not in there, and let him.
That's the only time, Sam, that I see that working is Rondo can't. It's got to be when Rondo's out of the game, and Rondo has games where he plays nearly the entire game, big games, playoff games, and the Celtics can't be changing their whole offensive philosophy for this guy when he can't even hit one shot in their current offenses. There's nothing that he's doing right now that would tell Doc Rivers or tell the coaching staff to give him the ball and let him shoot. He hasn't proved anything that tells him that, we need to run our offense through this guy and get the ball in his hands. There's nothing to...
But we're only talking about 15 minutes a game. I mean, he's only playing 15 minutes a game, and that's all he really needs. So, I mean, Rondo's only going to play he should only play about 35 minutes. So that leaves about 15 minutes where Terry can be in there by himself. Or, we know Rondo takes time off during games. That's the time when he says, Doc can tell him, hey, if you're tired, let Terry run this play.
Why don't we pick on Rondo?
What was that?
Because Rondo just scored a triple-double tonight.
I understand that, but I mean, I don't understand why you're all coming down so hard on Jason Terry. He's in a slump.
He's been consistently horrible all season.
He's in a slump. He's still the leading scorer off the bench in a slump.
He's in a 37 game drought right now. He is slumping.
He is only shooting 1 percentage point less than Paul Pierce for the season.
And that's what's scary.
The exact same percentage point as Jeff Green. He's leading scorer off the bench. I don't understand. He's averaging a steal a game. I mean, I realize that he's been in a prolonged slump the last 3 weeks. I'm not going to say the whole season. He's been inconsistent all season. I'll give you that. But he's still averaging 10 points a game, and that's after having a 0-4 tonight.
Well, let's look at the advanced stats and see how many big shots he's hitting. That's the biggest thing with Jason Terry, in my opinion, is we brought him in to hit the big shots and bring back some of what we lost when Ray Allen walked out the door. And that's not what he's giving us. He's hitting 3. He hits a few here and there, but they're not when the Celtics need them. The Celtics cannot count on him right now to hit a big shot. That's where the frustration lies. Here's the thing. You don't know unless you try it.
I agree.
So far, they've tried the Jason Terry experiment. It's not working successfully. It's not making this team better. It's not. I was not saying that it's cost them every game. There was that specific Milwaukee one. He single-handedly cost them. No one can argue that. They lost by 4 points in overtime, and he shot 1 of 15 from the field. But there's also been games where he shot very poorly and been a major reason, not single-handedly, but the major reason. But getting back to the offense and Jason Terry's style of play and not being able to run off screens, I understand that. But the Celtics at this point, with the system they have, they're not going to mess around and try to run a new system. This is Rondo's team. Rondo is the one who's going to be carrying the ball. The only time the Celtics are going to even mess with Jason Terry handling the ball is when Rondo's off the court.
I think that Terry just isn't that guy. He's the odd man out. I think Barbosa is just a better fit for where the Celtics are at right now.
I disagree.
No, you don't, Gelso.
Yes, I do.
You don't mean that.
No, you don't mean it at all, Gelso.
I completely disagree.
Agree. See, I knew it.
I completely disagree, and you will all be eating crow very soon. And when you do, I will throw it all in your faces because that's what I do. I'm right, and I tell you about it. I don't have stats. I don't have advanced stats. Or,
you don't have anything.
Or I don't have, Synergy Sports to back it up. I have the heart of a basketball fan who can tell you right now, Jason Terry will hit the big shots. He's going to be the big contributor. You're all going to be loving him. He's going to be showing off his Celtics tattoo, and everybody's going to say, oh, my